You designed your shirt?
Huh?
You designed your shirt?
This shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my company logo, my real estate, like my main company.
Shout it out. Shout it out for me.
Your community and culture group.
Okay. Why the name? I know it's judged by the last name, but I'm gonna let you give it to the people though. Why the name?
Well, of course, Young because of my last name, but overall, I feel like I'm just taking a younger approach, a millennial approach to community and culture.
Okay. We live on the back streets with your girl Cole, man. We got one of my homies, man. The living legend herself, man, live in the flesh. She laughing, but I'm so serious. She drop all that free game and shit that she need to be charging y'all for, but it's all good. It's all good. My homie, man, up in here, man. Let the streets know who he is, where you from, whatever you got going, if you do not mind.
What's up, y'all? I'm from Southeast Houston, Texas. Grew up in South Park area. Attended Jones High School. From Jones, I went to Prairie View, where I attained a degree in computer engineering. And now I work as a technology consultant, e-commerce specialist. And outside of that, I do real estate investing. I do a bit of credit restoration, as well as I do web development and business strategy.
Okay, shit, a woman of many fucking caps, man. Give me your name, man. For those who don't know, man, drop that so they can follow on all your social medias also.
My name is Mel Young on Facebook, MELYOUNG, and on Instagram, my name is Professor Black, and that's BLACKK.
Okay, man. Make sure y'all go tap in with the homie. So we're gonna go right into it. Do you think Trump gonna get another term?
I think it's a high possibility.
Okay.
I say right now I'm about at 65%.
Damn, you over 50?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
How can we swear when he don't get another term?
Democrats gonna have to change strategy, if you ask me.
Okay, how important is the black vote?
It's extremely important. I mean, it swings elections.
I believe that. What do you say to those that feel like voting don't change shit, voting ain't for me, or voting don't make this happen? They already got it rigged, set up to however they got it set up.
I would say that to a certain extent, I do agree.
Okay.
You know, I do agree that the voting system has to change. I do agree that some votes at face value may have less of an impact.
Okay.
But it's the vote that matters, like downstream. You know, nationally, that we can have a different discussion about that. That's when people gonna get into the electoral college.
Yeah, I got you.
Start like being about the situation. But overall, if we talk about it from a local perspective, that's extremely important. Like, you have to participate in that. You know, like that's your taxes, that's your property taxes, that's your water. You know, that's the people that does the zoning, that's your streets. That's your schools.
And then we wonder why, like you say, they going taking Big Mama's house and shit like that.
Right. Yeah, like that's something that directly impacts you.
Right.
And say for instance, I try to tell people, say for instance, I want to throw my hat in the race to run for like city council or something like that.
Right.
If you don't vote or you don't believe in the system to vote, then I can't be a part of it. So like, how does that work?
Exactly. Speaking of taxes, man, like I'm gonna say in the past 5 to 6 years, it's been an eye opener for me as far as you waking up and like you seeing these laws and shit being built in the area where you thought you would never imagine some shit like this would be built in these low income areas, man. Like, just speaking of taxes, like, what's your thoughts on people saying, well, shit, they ain't gonna come for me, and then it do happen? Should we like have a sympathy card for those type of people, or should we like try to educate them?
We gotta educate.
Okay.
I mean, sympathy, I don't even know if that's like a part of the equation. It's more so as in, this is your situation, this is how you can get out of it. And you did what you did up until this point, but now that you're educated, what's your decision?
Okay, I feel it. Let me ask you this: did gentrification hurt or help?
It depends on which side of the equation that you're on. If you're on the investment side, it helps.
Okay.
You know, like it's an investment.
It's a business. Okay.
But if you're on the side that's getting pushed out, you know, like emotionally, mentally, like I'm sure, like, well, in all aspects, that sucks.
Right.
You know, like to have to move out of your house or to lose your house and have to move like to a smaller location or someone that's further out from the city. Yeah, so I understand the displacement part of gentrification.
Okay. And speaking of gentrification, just staying around that, like with segregation, do you think we should have just kept it like within our community instead of always trying to, I say, mix or integrate with, you know, another race or another culture or another background? Do you think we should have kept it, like I say, pre-60s, 70s, how it was just about the black dollar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I think we just should have been better with doing business outside of us, reaching to others. Segregation as far as how we spend our money first, who we support first, how we educate each other, you know, and how we approach loopholes or government, absolutely should have just been us. But eventually doing business, of course we can network out, but integrating, as in somebody gave up something, we gave up a lot. You know, we went from having libraries, schools, hospitals, to not having restaurants, theaters, to let me just go across the freeway, let me just go across the train tracks to this business, and I forgot about mine.
And I do you think it's gonna ever be how it was like with that African American community, how Sunnyside, like I say, even Fifth Ward, Third Ward, Acres Home, certain like legendary black communities? Do you think it'll ever go back to how it was with that ownership when we had our own stores, meat markets, and shit like that? For our generation, what, like, just your own opinion of it?
I think our Black Wall Street won't be extremely physical.
Why do you think so many blacks, you know, quote unquote, when they feel they made it, they have to branch out and go to those areas such as like the Umbos, Tascasitas, you know, Missouri, to just upper class, you know, areas where black, you know, doctors and shit stay? Why do you feel like they branch out instead of keeping it home base and buying up the lands, quote unquote, here?
I think miseducation is a part of that. I think it's a few things. A part of it I understand. So you have some people that have been through traumatic experience in the hood. You know, like you didn't hear gunshots, you didn't seen people die, you know, y'all done got robbed a few times, or you done lost your friend, you know, your brother got caught up, like, and you just, when I can move out and get my baby out of this, or I can get myself out of this, I'm gone.
Okay, I feel that.
You know, so like, I'm going to safety.
Makes sense.
You know, so yeah, that makes sense.
I get that.
And then also you have people that status matters and the way things look matter. So your initial thought is that I want a nice house. I can't live in this area. Instead of, you know, like if you're not an investor or you don't see the vision in where you live, you're not gonna say, I could just get a loan and build a new house right where I'm standing.
Right.
You know, because we don't have that gentrifying mind.
Right.
So you leave and you leave money on the table to go further out, you know, where it's nicer, you know, like you can post, you know, like you can have people over to your house, you know, not be embarrassed about, you know, how your neighbor house look. So, you know, like there's a status part to that answer as well. And then mainly it's just,
so social status is still important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Should it be important though? Should it still matter, you know, the house we live in, the car and shit we drive?
I mean, the logical answer to that is no.
No, but
but you know, like that does matter, and yeah, it does. It matters to a lot of folks.
Okay. Top 5 then. I feel it. Yeah. How you think Pimp C will feel about today's like rap game? What you think his thoughts would be on it, being that he was such an opinionated person and kept it so real?
I don't think he really would have fucked with it. I mean, I feel like, and I don't think that's as in the artists are doing anything wrong. I feel like just from a generational mind shift, he always wanted peace and unity. You know, like I don't feel like the rappers just be out outwardly beefing now, but I just think they move a little different, as in how people move a little different.
Okay. What's your thoughts on as far as like the generational rap from how when as far as how you listen to it and versus now? Your thoughts on it?
Well, I think it's the same. I feel like when I was younger and listening to rap, my mom and them was like, "What is this? I don't even understand what they saying." Like I knew what Bone Thugs Harmony was saying. I couldn't repeat it.
Right.
I knew what Twista was saying. It was jamming to me. But to my parents, it was just like, nah. Like he listening to LL. Like they listen to MC Light. But then fast forward, I'm saying, oh, what is Blueface doing? Like, who is this? What is this? And it's just kind of like, well, that ain't for me to understand. Like, that's not my mental. It's
everything.
Yeah. So like, I need to listen to J. Cole and Jay-Z because I don't want to listen to what I can't relate to anymore.
Okay, I feel that. Why you feel credit is so important? Do you think it trumps cash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Credit is both are extremely important, but credit is your access to cash. Like, so say for instance, like I could just use real estate investing for an example. So I could, let's say I got 50,000 cash ready to invest. I could, let's say a house is $100,000 and I have $100,000 cash. I can pay $100,000 cash on that house, or I can have a good credit and then go borrow $50,000. Now I got $150,000 cash.
But they saying you gotta pay that back.
You would have to pay it back, but if I'm making investments, it's gonna come back regardless. But I got more money to work with. I got more investment money. So instead of doing 2 projects, I can do 3 now.
Yeah, okay. So it makes better sense because you already hear people say cash is king.
Yeah, cash is king. Like you need to have liquid money. Okay. Like you gotta have, depending on the business that you're in, like especially real estate, like you need to have 50K cash right there if you're gonna be like in the type of investing that I'm into. Because you gotta catch deals. They on the market for 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and they gone. So like you really gotta move fast, and people not trying to heal. Let me go talk to the bank. Like no,
man,
cash.
People don't know, man. You not even 30 yet. Man, they don't know, bro, that your mind, like I say, I wish they could get the full throttle, but man, let's talk about the passion, man. Why are you so passionate? Where does that come from, man? Like, why? Like I say, you haven't touched it, you almost there, man, without even dropping your age or whatever the case may be, man. Where does that shit come from?
Man, just been observant. I've always hung around older people.
Okay.
Been around older people and just listening. I'm not much of a talker. It might not seem like that.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, like I'm not much of a talker. Like if you ask me a question, you ask for it. But other than that, like if I'm in the room, like I'm real quiet. I'm listening to everybody. And then like I read a lot. Listening to talk radio, podcasts.
You got a favorite podcast by chance?
Not a favorite podcast, but Sirius XM, the channel is called Urban View. That's my favorite talk radio show to listen to. And the passion just come from always being around my people and just want us to see us do better. I get to see both sides of it. Like I work in corporate America on $1 million projects, but I know people around me that can do these same projects for $5,000. And these people getting paid millions for stuff. So it's just kind of like, I don't like seeing us losing. Like every time somebody dies and something don't happen, like that's a loss.
That's a loss. Yeah.
So like that's just okay. Well, yeah, what can I do? I can make money. I can help other people make money, and we can have power. Money is power. Knowledge is power. And if you got both,
shit, you damn near got it in your hands.
Yeah, I don't like seeing us take L's.